Good morning, guys. Today is my first day of phase 3. I really have no new foods to introduce today. I had some almond butter in the cabinet that I had put away for my husband, but he hasn't really used it, so I grabbed that to bring to work, but I already sliced my apple and put cinnamon on it, so I don't know if I'll be dunking it in almond butter. Usually I just slice an apple and use a little almond butter on the apple wedges. So I don't know if the cinnamon and almond will go together, so I probably won't even use that today. I do have some, this is crazy, I have nuts at my desk from the last round, from my last P3. They've been sitting there since this whole phase, like they just right on the shelf. So maybe I'll have a few nuts today, I'm not sure. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Oh, sorry, Felice, and all you other nut lovers. Yeah, okay. So today I have no fashion show for you because my outfit, as you see, is very simple. It is Share a Slice of Hope t-shirt from Pizza Hut, and the reason I'm wearing this thing is because I am off, well, I'm going to work first, but then I'm going to Children's Medical Center, which is a hospital, and I'm going to do some volunteer work there. Pizza Hut is also linked with, the corporations are kind of linked with Book It, and so we sponsor a lot of events that have to do with books and stuff. So I am going to the hospital to read to the kiddos and give out books today, so I'm very excited about that. I love Children's Medical. Was actually doing some volunteer work with them at their downtown branch. It's in downtown Dallas, but it's really far from my house. And also, the hospital requires now that if you volunteer more than like once per quarter or something like that, that you have to get vaccinations. And I don't do vaccinations, so I had to kind of, fortunately not 100% terminate the relationship, but I get to, if I, like I said, keep it to a minimum, I get to go and still do work once a quarter. So that's what I do without having to go get vaccinated. I just always make sure that if I do go into the hospitals, obviously that I'm not sick or coming down with anything, because obviously I don't want to get the children sick. But I also don't want to compromise my own health with my immune issues by doing any vaccinations or flu shots or stuff like that. So it's a win-win because I still get to do it, and that makes me happy. And then I also, Michael was asking this yesterday, if you watch his vlog. If you don't, you should go and check him out. His name is it Michael Disney or something like that? I forgot. Anyway, he was asking yesterday, you know, what do you guys do to stay distracted or keep busy or whatever? And so that's one of the things I do, is the volunteer work at Children's Medical. I am also a volunteer. Me and my husband are both a volunteer with the Dallas Lone Star Bulldog Rescue. That's where one of our bulldogs actually came from. And so when they have big events or they have any needs, we also help them out. Summer is the slow time because it's too hot to have any events. So we typically are busier with them in the fall and the winter. And so they had like a Halloween event, and they have a casino night to help raise funds and all that stuff. So that's fun. And then my major, obviously, volunteer work is with the City House. That is a local emergency shelter for children that have to come in, usually, not always, but usually because they've been pulled out of their homes by CPS, which is Child Protective Services. And they usually are pending court cases or things like that until the judge says, okay, you can go back home, or sometimes they go into the foster system, or they can go with relatives or family members, or I don't know. That information's not released to me. It was really hard for me because this is the first time I've lost, since I've started, there's been the same kids there this whole time, unfortunately, because it's been a couple months now. But they send me like a roster list before my week to volunteer each week to show me how many kids and what age group they have. And I noticed that they had 0 in the 0 to 18 month group, which is the twins. There was twins in there, a boy and girl twins. They were 18 months old, and they had been in there since I started volunteering. And so when I saw that there was no one in that age group there, I was, you know, you don't know how to feel. It's like you're happy because you don't want them to be in the temporary housing. You want them to go on with their lives and be wherever they're going to be, but you also don't know where they go when they leave. So it's kind of like, it's hard to know if you should be happy or sad. But I'm going to have to trust and get used to this process that when they leave, they're going to a better place. Although this shelter is an amazing place. They provide them, you know, it's a beautiful shelter. It's pretty much brand new. You know, the rooms are beautiful. They get all new clothes when they come in there. They get all through donations, and it's all new, not used. They get all new clothes, they get shoes, pajamas, they're fed well, they're loved well, and so you know they're in a good, safe place when they're there, and you don't know what happens when they leave, so you just have to trust in the process and hope that they go to a good place. So anyway, I didn't know I was going to go on a ramble about that, but that's what I do to stay busy, aside from, you know, your standard weekend chores and running errands and taking care of the house and all those other things. I mean, that's enough to keep you busy, right? Laundry and dishes and dusting and mopping, but there's more important things in life. And I've been a volunteer, probably doing something for the last 10 years. So it makes me feel good. I like giving back to my community. Not having children, I thought that it was a good time to do all of this because, you know, maybe when we have kids, I won't be as available or have as much free time. So I wanted to make sure that I would be able to give while I could, you know. And I've always been a busy person. Like I earned my bachelor's degree while working full time. So, you know, and then after that, I was engaged and I planned a destination wedding, and that became a full-time job for me. So, and then after that, I was like, well, what do I do next? So there's always something to do next, and you should always have something on your plate and always be busy. I mean, I think it's just idle minds and idle hands, not good, you know, and I would rather be spending my time doing something productive than plopped in front of a TV. Even if it's gardening or sewing or paint. I like to paint too. I like oil painting. Some people call me an artist. I wouldn't say that I'm an artist because I'm a little challenged, but, you know, me and my friend have gone, there's these local classes, it's called Painting with a Twist, and there's some other spin-offs of that locally with different names, but basically, we haven't done this in a really long time, but you go in and you oil paint, so they provide the canvas, they provide the oil paints, and it's BYOB, so you can like bring your own bottle of wine, or you can bring your own snacks and food, and it's a fun girls' night out. It's usually 2 to 3 hours, and you sit there, and there's an instructor-led painting class, so even if you're not an artist, you still leave there with a somewhat decent piece of work. I'll show you some of my work one day. And so you paint, you know, you pick, on the calendar they show you what you're going to be painting, so you can pick which class you want to go to, and it is so much fun. It is the funnest girls' night out ever. My friend at work introduced me to it, and then I started going with my other friend, and so we need to do that, Mace. You know, it's been a while, so it's a lot of fun, but, you know, the HCG diet kind of prevents you from going when you're in your certain phases. It kind of prevents you from doing stuff like that. Like, I would still go and not drink, but I don't know. I think half the fun of doing that is the drinking part. So I want to go. I want to go again soon when I can, and when I can have wine and stuff. So that's it. I've rambled a lot today. I've said a whole lot of nothing in 10 minutes, coming up on 10 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. Hubs had a 0.4 release today. His releases have really slowed down. I don't know if, you know, like I said, I don't know a lot about this amino diet, so I don't know what to expect, but his releases have slowed down, and I think that it would be typical. He's only got 1 week left. Well, you can go as long as you want on this one, actually. Like, you can go 90 days on the amino diet if you want. So, because you're getting 1,000 calories a day, I don't think, you know, there's any issues. So, He's got a week left. He might extend an additional week just to see what else he can lose before he goes into his next phase, so that he can get his 3 weeks in his next phase before his family comes. So we'll see what he decides. But that's it. All right, guys, over 10 minutes. Gotta go. Love you. Bye.